I want to create a sound. We're going to use a process to make something called a drone. And then we're going to cut it into little slices like that. So let's make a 4-bar loop and play a note. And let's put back in an operator. Basically, this sound starts as a sine wave. Basically, only this yellow sound is playing. But as we add more of the other layers, the sound is going to get more complex. And if those other layers are a little bit out of balance, then the whole thing becomes super weird and smudgy. Here, let me add some other layers. Pretty. There we go. Gorgeous. All of these sounds are super out of balance. And I'm going to use an LFO to make them all move. Oh, awful sound. But it changes and it drones and it evolves, and that's what we want. Because now we want to chop this up until it's actually satisfying little chunks. And how would we do that? Well, in the modular world, there's something called a VCA, which is a voltage controlled amplifier. And that just means a volume knob. And then what we want to do is basically every 16th note, open and close that volume knob, right? So we can achieve that here. Let's use, for example, dynamic tube, which is essentially just a volume knob with some saturation features built into it, right? And here this output can go from -15 to +15. That's plenty for our purposes. How do we make this thing open and close every 16th note? Well, we're going to use some kind of a modulator for that. For example, this thing called Shaper, which is really just a shape that repeats itself here like an LFO. And we can use this shape to affect any of the parameters in the other things. So what we can do is we can hit map and hit it to there and see how this shape here is now controlling this. So our objective again is to make this thing go once every 16th note. So let's figure out how to do that. See here this rate? I'm gonna hit down, 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 down. Boom. See, it's going real fast, and this thing is now going wah, 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 every 16th note. And if I want, I can change the shape of it in small or in big increments as we want. And so when I hit play, now we've created some wild shimmer.